My name is Rayna Rose Exelbeard, and I am the CEO, Chief Empowerment Officer of the Rose Grows. To all my friends out there, what's up? And for those of you, if this is your first episode, it's nice to meet you. Welcome to the Rose Grows podcast. I'm here with a very special friend, the Emmie Levy.
How are you doing? I'm so excited to be here.
Doing fabulous. Welcome back to your second home, Florida.
Thank you. Very warm and not snowy.
Yeah. For those listening, Emmie lives in New York. We like to call Palm Beach County the sixth borough. Mm-hmm. So even though you are away from New York, you're still
feels like home a little bit.
Yeah. So one of my favorite questions to ask people is, where does their name come from? So how are you named Emmie, and what's the story there?
So probably the most unique story that you'll get, because when I was born, my name was Emily. And I legally changed my name to Emmie when I was 19.
No way.
So for my entire childhood, every headband that I had, I had t-shirts made, Emily, everything's an Emily on it. And I was really only called Emily until I was 3 years old. And in preschool, my teachers just started calling me Annie. My family started. It's only when I got in trouble that it was Emily. Because that is just not who I am. And when I was 19, I came across this thing. I was like, you could legally change your name. Parents were like, we're so for it. We've never called you Emily a day in your life. And we went through this entire process. You put your name in the news. They say, has anyone seen anything from Emmie Levy? Once it gets cleared, you're able to legally change your name. And then everything changes. Your license, your birth certificate, and your social security stays the same. But yeah, the most part, I'm Emmie now.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
And your parents, like, they weren't surprised by the conversation at all?
It was a conversation with them. They were like, they're like, when we hear the name Emily, none of us bat an eye. They're like, you're Emmie for sure.
Oh,
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. Do you think you'll change your name when you get married?
To my last.
Your last name?
Probably.
Yeah.
I would assume so, but Emmy's always sticking the same.
I love it.
It's me.
I love it.
Yeah.
And what's your middle name?
Madison.
Emmie Madison Levy.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
So
What's your middle name?
My middle name is Rose.
Oh, right. Oh, the Rose.
That's
So
right
cute.
That's okay. My middle name is Rose.
That's how this all came to be.
I love it. If I'm being honest,
Mm-hmm.
RaynaRose.com was very inappropriate. It's an adult film star website. God, I said when I started my business, RaynaRose.com was not an option. So we became the Rose Grows.
I was good at math code. Look at that.
Full circle. So thanks for being one of my buds.
Absolutely.
Thanks for being
No, pleasure of it. That's awesome.
Yeah. So I'm like curious about your childhood.
Mm-hmm.
What was it like, and have you always been like so positive and confident? Was there something in your life that pushed you to be this way, or did you just like come out like this?
Yeah, so in my childhood, always happy, always positive. I mean, I was the type of kid, I grew up dancing, and when we would go to dance competitions, if we won, great. If we lost, I knew I was getting ice cream afterwards, and just had a smile on my face the entire time. I was really emotional as a kid, though. I was really sensitive. I remember vividly I think it was fourth, and I just said vividly, in fourth grade, I think, I ran for like a student council position, and my slogan was, vote for Emmie, it's a smart thing to do. And I handed out Smarties to the whole class.
Ooh, I love.
I was like, this is really, I'm going to love this. And of course, the girl running against me clearly wanted it way more than I did. I was like, this is just a fun thing for me. And she's like, Emmie is bribing the whole class. She can't win. And I remember just absolutely hysterical crying. I was like, I'm just having fun. This is cool slogan. And I don't know. I've always been in touch with my emotions. Crying is so cathartic for me.
Me too.
I love it. I love it.
When I cry when I'm happy, I cry when I'm sad. I cry at a good commercial. If the kids down the street look cute, like
it is just kind of what makes me who I am. But yeah, for the most part, always smiley, happy. If anything goes wrong, there's a way to fix it. But also in touch with my emotions as well.
Yeah. Have you ever like encountered like friends or like maybe extended family members who being in touch with your emotions sometimes makes them uncomfortable or
I wouldn't say uncomfortable. I would say more so that they don't understand it fully. I have a lot of friends who push their emotions down, and then when they boil to the surface, it just happens in one big emotional moment.
yeah.
And I share with them through this work, through honestly who I am, like when you take time to be emotional about the things in that moment and feel your feelings out, something special can come on the other side of it rather than you just stuffing it all the way down.
That's such an interesting perspective.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, I do have one friend who, like, he refuses to go to therapy because he's like, I don't want to bring up things from the past that are going to make me upset. But with what you're saying, it's like sometimes we do need to sit with certain things
Yeah.
in order to feel something different on the other side.
Yeah. It's tricky. I mean, it doesn't, I mean, for me, I wouldn't say it comes easily. It's something I had to teach myself, but it came more easily to me than it does others in my life.
Yeah. It's so interesting. Like when you were talking, I was thinking about like when I was young, like sometimes I had teachers who would be like, you're so dramatic. You're so dramatic. But as an adult, I realized like, no, I'm just like very in tune with my emotions and empathetic. Like I don't think I'm dramatic. I just think I care.
Yeah.
Yeah. So with the kids, I know with the Emmie Effect, it's not just your self-confidence card game, which people can play with themselves or with others.
Yep.
But I've seen in your videos where you inspired these young women to make their own journals. And as someone who's an avid journaler, I want to know, what was your first journal? How old were you when you started journaling? And what opened that part of your life?
Yeah. I would say my first journal had to have been, I mean, I was just this past Thanksgiving was going through my childhood closet, like all of my everything that I had in there, and I came across it was like a Hello Kitty journal on the outside, like all Hello Kitty patterns everywhere, and on the inside of it was it must have been from first or second grade. It was like, dear diary, today was a great day. I felt awesome because blah blah blah. And I never realized until this past Thanksgiving that, I mean, I know I've always been pretty much in tune with myself. I shared them. I've always been just happy and excited. But reading it back in my child handwriting is the coolest thing I've ever seen. And it's just all positive. Today I went to this person's house and we got to play, or today I had dance and I did really well. And I mean, the other pages are like me just drawing some random picture. Yeah, and I signed my name at the bottom like I'm an artist. Yeah,
All great artists sign their work.
always. And I mean, for the most part, it really is a childlike version of how I journal now, where I share today is, I always put the date because when I look back, it's so cool to see how far you've come.
It's the worst when you come to a journal entry with no date.
You're like, when did I write that? You're like, that never happens to me.
It happens to me sometimes. I'm like,
Oh my God. There are times where I'll put, I must be thinking so hard about what I want to write because I'll write the month, the day of the week, and then forget the year. I've been journaling for a long time. So to go back and be like, when did that happen? Right. How did that happen to me? But luckily, I mean, now for Instagram and social media and pictures on your phone, I can kind of match up the timeline. But yeah, for the most part, I've been journaling pretty much forever.
that's amazing.
Yeah.
I know for me, whenever I miss a couple of days of journaling, I definitely like I look at my pictures, like I look at the calendar.
Yeah.
But I'm just really inspired by your story in that, like for me, my first journal was like every time my school had a book fair, I wanted a journal.
Oh, I love it.
I wrote in it for like 2 days, and then that was it until I got a new journal the next year. I never had like a Rayna Rose or an Emmie come to my school or come to my club
Yeah.
and teach me tools for journaling.
Yep.
Not that everybody should journal the same way, but I think there's something really impressionable on a young person when a young adult who has like accomplished things in their life and is inspiring comes and says like, this is how I journal. This is like how you could journal.
Yeah. In my workshops that I do, I share with the participants, I say, we do a little journaling exercise, and then I share with them, just like ourselves, it's what's on the inside that matters the most. They open up the journal, and at the top of the first page, I have them write down, good things are always happening to me. They share, this is a reminder that no matter how big or how small, there are good things happening to us in our lives constantly, but it's up to ourselves to be mindful to look out for them. And then that's when it starts to click that they're like, can I write down 3 or 4 or 5 things? I'm like, this is exactly why we're doing this, because when you open up that part of your brain, you start to realize, can I curse? Of course. Oh, shit, there's good things happening to me all the time. Like, it's so cool to be able to, for myself, to be able to help these young people recognize that, but for them to be like, this stuff happens to me all the time. Now I'm keeping a list of it, and I can keep track of it throughout my whole life.
It's so incredible.
Yeah, thank you.
It's so incredible. For me, like, I really got like deep into the gratitude in my 20s.
Yeah.
And writing it down. I can't even imagine like what young Rayna would like, what some of the things like I would pick or I would write. I mean, I know adult Rayna, like if I have a nice waiter or I meet somebody really cool on an airplane,
Yeah. Very unique stuff.
Yeah. And just like in terms of reflection, I think there's no better way from a mental health standpoint when you look back at like what you wrote and how you were feeling to kind of like not re-gauge, but just kind of measure where you are now.
Yep. 100%.
Yeah. So my next question, everybody's like big on manifestation. Everybody's big on third time's the charm. Everybody's big on manifestation. And especially with the new year, everyone's, vision boards, goals, or manifesting. The energy in the room is, extra high. There's extra people in the gym this month.
Yep.
What are some of the biggest mistakes that people make when they are trying to manifest a dream or a goal or a vision?
Yeah. I would say that a lot of people just want something right away. And the waiting piece of it is when only a very specific type of person is able to recognize that you need to be patient for your goals to happen for yourself. Where the new year comes around and like you said, people want to go to the gym and they're like, I'm going to have a 6-pack tomorrow. And then when it doesn't happen, they're disappointed. They're like, well, I worked hard. Well, I put in the work. It's like you put in the work for one day.
Right.
It doesn't happen right away always. It takes a minute.
Yeah.
And sometimes it doesn't work out in the exact way you want it to. But once you get to that final destination of, oh, this is this goal I have that I've manifested, maybe it didn't work out the way it was planned, but it still has happened for myself. And being patient and just sitting in the uncertainty is really important. Add an example if you want me to share.
You read my mind.
Because it's exactly what I talk about in my workshop. I don't know if the listeners are familiar, but in 2024, I danced in the Super Bowl halftime show alongside Usher. And it was the craziest thing I've ever done in my whole life. I've danced, like I shared before, pretty much my entire life. And when I wanted to dance in the halftime show, brought this idea to my family. I said, I'm going to dance in the Super Bowl halftime show. They were like, Emmie, that's insane. What are you talking about? And for 11 months straight, I did research online to find anyone I could that had anything to do with the Super Bowl halftime show. I could have been making these emails up. Nobody responded for 11 months. I heard nothing. And I realized by halfway through doing this, nobody's responding to these emails. Why would I give up on myself? This is a goal I had for myself forever. Keep going, keep pursuing this. You never know what could come out on the other side of it. And in December of 2023, I got that email back that said, hi, Emmie, not only do we see your most recent email, we see every single email that you've sent since of your very first one. Here is an audition link. Good luck. And it was up to me to try out to make it in this crazy goal I had.
Do you have a background in dance?
Yeah.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah. Okay. I was ready for you to be like, no, absolutely not. No, my entire life I grew up dancing, but I mean, this was something I wanted. And when you want something that badly, you are willing to put all your eggs in that basket. You're willing to go after it. No matter if nobody's responding to you, you keep going because you believe in yourself.
Wow.
Yeah.
And when you said like being patient with your goals and sitting in the uncertainty patiently, what are the tips that some of us can draw for like 11 months is a long, it's a long time of uncertainty. Like, I mean, I'm sure motivation like comes from reaching out like continually, but like deep down, how do you keep going when you're waiting?
Yeah. I think it draws back to journaling and being able to come back to a space where you can take every thought in your head, good, bad, uncertainty, and write it down on a piece of paper. Today is blah, blah, blah. I have reached out to X amount of people. In my situation, I've reached out to X amount of people, and I hope that this happens. I want this to happen. I can visualize standing up on the stage next to Usher. I can visualize the sounds of the stadium. I can even visualize what it smells like and truly make that mental picture, because the more I did that for myself, the more I could see it in my head and the more I felt like it was actually going to happen.
Wow. Yeah. So when you're journaling, are you also like imagining in your mind?
Sometimes, yeah, when I enter, I mean, I feel like a wizard when I say this always. And I'm like, I think of the things that I want and the ways in which I hope I could get them, even if they feel crazy. I currently work for the New York Knicks. I don't know if you knew that. And the way that the job came about was pretty much the same way as the Super Bowl, where I was sending emails left and right, hearing nothing. And in those moments, I was writing down, I am going to be working for the New York Knicks. I am going to be able to get to go to Madison Square Garden and be around the energy there and just in such vivid detail of things that I didn't even know were possible, and making it feel like it was my reality when it wasn't yet.
Yeah. Do you ever have deja vu moments where like, you know, you get the Knicks job and you're like imagining and all these things, but then you get the job and you're in the building. Like, do you ever have moments where you're like, I imagine this?
It feels a little like I zoom out a lot, because with that job, I mean, I am on the floor of Madison Square Garden, which even sounds crazy coming out of my mouth every single time I say it. Like, it does not feel real to me yet. And I've been there for 3 years.
Wow.
And I just zoom out and I'm like, I did, like, when you believe in yourself, the craziest things can happen. It's almost that kind of mindset shift flip that happens for me.
Yeah. That's amazing.
Thank you.
I think sometimes where like people get it wrong, myself included, sometimes we can think the worst. But I believe when you keep repeating the worst, sometimes we can manifest things that we don't want. Yeah, because our energy is like focusing on what's the worst thing that could happen as opposed to what's even beyond our dreams. I think sometimes it can be scary to like dream big and dare to dream big.
Correct. You gotta be a special type person to be able to go full force into your biggest dreams.
Yeah. Yeah. I can't imagine 11 months emailing the same organization without.
Part of me sometimes would change up the emails. Like if it was someone's first name, last name, at whatever it was, I'd do the first initial and the last. I would just like make these emails up. It's like, I don't know where nobody's answering. You might as well try. Yeah, like, who knows? At one point I was emailing, I don't even know how I got in touch with him, but the coach of the Raiders, because it was at the Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas. They're like, we have nothing to do with this. Like, here's this person's email. I'm like, at least I got to like, that's something. But for the most part, it was hearing back nothing until December.
Wow. That's incredible.
Yeah. Thank you.
What I hear from that as a leader is like, well, now if you ever have a school or a group that wants you to come to Vegas, you also got this Raiders connection. Maybe
Here you go.
something with the team, you know.
You never know. That would be awesome.
Yeah. So we talked about manifesting. My next question is, how do we deal with like negative self-talk when we start to tell ourselves that we can't, or we're not qualified, or we're not smart enough, or we might not be old enough or experienced enough? Yep. What do you do when the negative voice comes up?
Because it does. I mean, a lot of people, they perceive me in a way that is like, oh, she's positive and smile on her face. But let this be a sign that it's real when you feel your feelings and you're like, oh God, what's next? Or what's going to come from this? Or how am I going to make these things happen? And I do something in my workshop that I like to call flip the script. And at first, when I started doing this, figuring out when I was first creating my workshops, how I was going to implement this, I thought about that what if. And that what if statement, a lot of the times, is used negatively across the board. What if I can't do this? What if what if I fail? What is that? I don't do well on a test? What if I can't sit at this person's lunch table? What if I don't make this team? And with this flip the script, took me a long, long time to be able to actually resonate with it. And once I did, I knew that was when it was time to put it into the workshop. And I say to the people in the room, I say, we have these big goals and big dreams, but what if we can flip that script? And I have to say, flip the script. And they say it back and they're like, flip the script. And they repeat it back to me as loud as they can. And I share with them, when you flip this script into what if I can't to what if I can, the more you start to say it to yourself, the more you believe it and the more you become it. I mean, this is how I live. I mean,
It's so much more loving. Yourself. Mm-hmm. Say, what if I can?
Right. And even if you feel like you don't, the more you start to say it, it almost weirdly brings a smile to your face. It's like thinking about the things you're grateful for.
Yeah.
When you are in a funk, I always tell my friends, I'm like, think about 3 things that you're grateful for. They're like, why? I'm like, just do it. And they start to think about it. I'm like, okay, tell me one more. And the more they start to do it, it brings a smile to their face. And like, I want you to just notice right now, 30 seconds ago, you were in such a funk that you could not shake. And now you have a smile on your face. It's the same with that what if. What if I can? What if I can? And then you start to feel it and you almost hype yourself up a little bit. That you're like, what if I really can do this? And with my workshop, I really hope to inspire throughout my entire story that I share with them. I was just like you at one point. I was in 5th grade, 6th grade. I had these goals for myself. I thought, what if I can? But when you really believe in yourself and talk to yourself like you are your best friend, I mean, it takes you to skyrockets you to the next level.
Yeah. So I think what I'm getting from this conversation and to the listeners is that even if you are a super positive person, the negative voice might still come up.
Yeah.
Because we're human.
Mm-hmm.
But there's something powerful in having a conversation with that voice.
Yep.
And every time you said, like, what if I can, something inside of me just felt like lighter and like, thank you. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You got to motivate yourself.
Yeah. Because like sometimes when you have hard goals, it's very easy to start telling yourself, like, or in my situation, oh, like, are you going to get this done in time? Like, do you really think you can? And that doesn't serve the goal. That just like actually feeds the anxiety.
Yeah.
Which makes the doing part so much harder.
Correct. A friend of mine told me once, they said, name the voice in your head, give it like a cartoon name. And when that voice starts to go off, you could be like, oh, stop and say the name almost out loud. Because when you realize that no one's actually saying it to you, it's just something going on in your head, you have the ability to quiet that voice. But it just takes some work to get there.
Yeah. And we don't have to believe it.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's not really us.
Yeah.
It's just like something. Yeah. And that's powerful.
Thank you.
So I always like to ask people this question as well. We're big on kindness at The Rose Grows. And I want to know, what is the kindest thing that someone has ever done for you?
I would have to say it's recent, actually. With the Emmie Effect, there's no team. It's myself and it's my parents and my brother. And we all kind of work together with the strengths that we have to be able to make this an actual financial career for myself. And the kindest thing is that they put aside what is going on in their lives and help me be able to pursue my goals. I mean, you saw my mom drop me off here. She came with me to Florida. My dad helps me organize all the stuff and helps me with editing. My brother gives me good ideas. I mean, there are so many things that my family has done to help me make this a career, especially when it comes to that negative self-talk. I mean, sometimes you just need to hear from somebody else who isn't you a little pep talk, and they constantly, without a doubt, like I said, they'll take whatever is going on in their life and put it on pause. And it is truly the kindest thing because, I mean, people live their everyday lives. Everyone has stuff going on. And the fact that they are so willing and helpful and grateful that they get to be a part of this, I mean, it's the kindest thing.
That's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
How many years apart are you and your brother?
We are 3. He's a senior at the University of Virginia right now. Yeah. So rounding out, my parents will be, what is it called? Empty nesters?
Yeah.
So he's rounding out his final year there. He's in his last semester right now. He just went back after winter break. And it'll be so cool to have him back home after he graduates. And we'll all get to kind of be in it together. I mean, he'll have a job and have his own life. But I mean, it's so cool. It's so cool that they get to be able to be part of it.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Thank you.
And I the first time I ever met you was at Sage's walk by alopecia.
Yeah.
And y'all, Emmie is on stage and all the boys and girls are glued to everything that she's saying. And then I just see this little woman running around taking all these videos.
Who looks just like Shay.
Yeah. And I come to find out that that's Emmie's mom.
Yep. She was my camera girl, my setup crew. I mean, we over the summer do a summer tour where my workshop goes to sleepaway camps, day camps across the country.
It's a tour, y'all. It's a sure. There's a whole list. Like there's a tour. It's so cool.
And my mom and I go to each of these places. I mean, if it wasn't for herself and my dad, I don't think I'd be able to do this. A little secret for you. I have a driver's license. I think I forgot how to drive living in New York City.
No way.
I genuinely don't know how to do it. And so with my mom driving to these camps, I couldn't make it there. They're so far away.
Yeah.
So it leads back to that kindest thing that they've ever done.
Yeah.
They're taking on pieces of this that I may have forgotten how to do.
You just reminded me. I don't know why I just thought about this.
Uh-huh.
But when I was 18 and I started speaking out a lot about Israel, I was getting all these opportunities in South Florida to speak places.
Yeah.
Some of the places would be an hour, 2 hours from FAU.
Yep.
And my best friend, Savvy, who we were talking about when we came in today, I'll never forget, she would always let me borrow her car. Like, she would give me her BMW SUV. I also didn't know how to do laundry, so she would do all my laundry.
Yep.
But she would be like, Ray, I'm not gonna let you not having a car like stand in the way of like you not going after your dreams.
Correct.
And it's just, I get emotional thinking about it because when friends and family invest their time, their talents, and their energy, it's hard being a business owner. It definitely makes it easier when like you have people who you love and you trust involved.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Like my brother does my accounting. Sometimes I'm like, oh man, yeah, let's talk it through. But in retrospect, like I'd rather be having those conversations with him with like some old man that I'm not close with.
Yeah.
You know? Like, really? Did you need this dress? Is this an expense? I'm like, yeah, the video went viral.
Like I did need that. That's so funny.
Exactly.
Have
you always been this confident? What's the secret?
So I haven't, honestly. I shared at the beginning, yes, I was always happy and positive and what if goes right? And with how sensitive I wasn't always as confident in myself. And a lot of it showed through dance, where I was on a dance competition team and the girls that I was on this team with they were so good. They were great dancers, but they were so competitive and they just wanted to win and be in the next best dance and have the solos, have the duets. And that is not me. And I think I let that intimidate me when I was younger because I was like, I like dance too, but clearly not as much as them.
Right.
But it almost made me not put myself out there as much in a tryout or in a convention of some sort. And it took a long time for me to realize, like, when you are just yourself, that is when your confidence comes out without you even realizing. And when you have that smile on your face, it adds to it even more. And it just starts to multiply in your life when you tap into who you are, what you like, who you enjoy your energy around. And yeah, I mean, it took a long time, but I am so happy with the way it turned out, because if I was confident from a young age, I don't think I would be doing this today.
Yeah. Yeah, it's almost like you have to go through certain experiences in order to really share.
Yeah.
I think as a kid, like, I always had friends, but there were definitely times where I felt like I didn't fit in, or I felt like I wasn't enough. And I don't know if it's like a trauma response, but I think part of like why I try to go out of my way to be kind to everybody and tell people that I love them is just, I know what it feels like when you have those things and you don't hear it.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
And certainly just like living alone, like when I'm in Publix and I'm like complimenting everybody and they're smiling back at me, like it really makes me feel good.
Yeah.
You know, like, yeah, delivery is more convenient, but like I actually crave human interaction sometimes.
Yeah. I do this thing I've noticed recently, that I have this challenge with myself. I'll do it when I'm going out or when I'm doing an errand, that I tell myself, give one person a compliment. And I don't know why I do it. I must be something in the air with people like us with good energy, that when I give someone a compliment, I know that it'll stick with them. We were out, my roommate and I, we went out to celebrate a friend's birthday, and I saw a girl wearing this top that my roommate and myself tried on that day. We both hated the way she, this is not for us. Whoever can rock this shirt, kudos to them. And we went out, and she tapped me. She was like, Emmie, she's wearing this shirt. And I was like, I have to tell her that it looks so nice on her, because for some reason, I just want to. I want to share that good energy. Tapped her on the shoulder. She turned around, was clearly not expecting it, because people don't expect compliments from strangers. I was like, I just want to tell you, I love your top. I was like, we both tried it on today. We clearly wasn't for us. You look great. She was like, thank you. And the whole rest of the night, you just saw like the energy radiating off of her that was now being spread to her friends and the people she was around. So it is really important to be kind. I say it in every workshop. I say it every day to myself. When you have that kind energy instilled into you, it changes your life.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Yeah.
And what a powerful distinction to like make her feel beautiful, you know?
And I wasn't even thinking like, oh, what this could do. I just was like, do it. But like, maybe it'll make her night. Who knows what people have going on in their life.
Yeah. It makes me think of, I remember once I was at a wedding and I complimented someone on their outfit and they were like, thank you.
Yeah.
Like, this was my first choice. They're like, I tried on 5 other outfits, but then I went back to this one and I really wasn't sure, you know?
Yep. And that'll stick with her for however, the next time she puts that dress on, she'll remember it.
100%. 100%.
Yeah.
Like when it comes to compliment giving, I think you have to be genuine. Like if you don't like someone's hair or someone's t-shirt,
Right.
don't say I love your hair or I love your shirt.
Right.
Are there like any tips that you could give to the viewers on what makes a strong compliment, or maybe what makes a bad compliment?
Yeah. That's a good question. A strong compliment, I would say, is something, especially when it comes to a friend or someone you're close with, something that they might not recognize that they're even doing. Something almost within them that my mom and I were just having this conversation. We were talking about different friendships and what makes a great friend and who are your thoughtful friends or the friends that you value or trust with certain information. And a compliment that is tailored towards an example like that, I in my opinion, makes for a pretty strong one. I
Totally.
appreciate, I think appreciate is definitely a good word to use in a strong compliment, because like I said, they might not realize that they're even doing it. My roommate has been my roommate for the last 9 years. We were freshman year roommates. No, college, you live together now. That's so cool. And she is one of the most thoughtful friends I have, not a jealous bone in her body. She is as pure friendship as it comes. And I tell her all the time that those qualities are what make people want to be around you. It's what makes me want to live with you for the last 9 years. And it's a really special type of person when they have qualities that you can just sense, not only in a room with just yourself, but with others.
Yeah.
A bad compliment, I don't know, a bad compliment, probably something that feels disingenuous.
Yeah, I feel disingenuous. I've also like read online where they're like, you should never compliment or like bring up things to people that they can't change. Like if you comment like on someone's like complexion, for example, like there's certain things as humans like we really can't like change about ourselves.
Yeah.
But I like how you talked about with the compliment, like touching on like the innate stuff, like the things that like aren't actually like seen.
Right.
I'm curious, what is something about friendship that your roommate has taught you that you've carried into your other friendships?
Oh, I like that one a lot. Something that she has taught me about friendship, checking out people. And even if it feels like nothing's big is going on in their life, I have found from living with her that when you check in on a friend, it sticks with them and that they will remember it in a time of need where that friend remembers, oh, she checked in on me on this moment where nothing major was happening to me. Now, God hoping nothing does, if something major was to happen to me, that friend knows to come back around and value what's going on in your life.
Yeah. I love that. So your roomies like don't wait for something traumatic. Don't wait for somebody to die to check in with someone and tell them that you care.
Yep.
Do it regularly so that when there is emergency, they know that they can trust you.
Yep.
From a psychological standpoint, I could see like how that like plays much better.
Yeah.
That's so interesting.
Yeah.
Ooh, so this is one of my favorite questions I like to ask Uber drivers. What is one of the hardest or most important lessons you've had to learn in your life?
I would say the believing in yourself aspect, because as much as it may sound like through my whole story, through what I've shared with you, that, oh, you believe in yourself, everything will happen. You truly have to talk to yourself like you are best friend. You are your best friend in order for magic to happen in your life. And I don't mean magic like manifesting stuff. I mean magic as in everyday things.
Yeah.
This past March, or March of 2025, I should say, I ran the New York City half marathon. I don't run. I'm not a runner. Oh, it's the biggest joke. Yeah, I was going to say biggest running joke, but I didn't mean running. But I don't know how to run. I think the slowest person I know. I used to wear slippers to gym class, so I wouldn't have to purchase. That's literally slowest person on the planet. And I wanted to challenge myself physically and mentally last year. And the way to enter the New York City half marathon is through a lottery. So you put your name in, millions of people do it. Only, I don't know how many, but a handful get selected.
Right.
It's like, all right, I guess. I was like, there's no shot. They have you put in how long you think you'll actually take. I put in 6 hours.
Oh, wait, they ask you that when you apply?
I want just to get a feel for.
I just thought you pay the fee and you show up. Like, do they group people together by like their fitness abilities?
Pretty much. I mean, more so speed than
Got it.
their actual like body metrics. But I put 6 hours. I had no idea how long 13 miles. Brooklyn to Central Park. I have no clue how long it's going to take.
Is 6 hours fast? Is that slow? Is that
What I've learned is that it's super slow. People run the regular marathon, I think 2.5 hours. And I'm putting 6 hours to do half of that. I'm like, I don't know how 6 hours. And I put my name in, I hit submit. And I think it was like a 3-week period of having no idea. I was like, there's no shot in hell I'm going to get. I put 6 hours. You get an email back. They're like, hey, Emmie, congrats.
the Emmie Effect?
I was like, I didn't want to, this was a joke. I didn't mean to. And I realized from the moment I got that email to the moment the race actually happened, I needed to believe in myself more than I ever had in my entire life. I don't know how, I do not know how to run, did not have running sneakers. It's not something I enjoy or care to even learn. But in this moment, I had to talk to myself like I was my best friend. And the night before my race, I made posters on computer paper in my apartment, hung them around everywhere. I am confident. Good morning, half marathon girl. Run, Emmie, run. You're the fastest person I know. I love you so much. I just show you pictures of it after. I hung these around my apartment everywhere, in the bathroom, on the mirror, inside the fridge, on the microwave. Your roommate used to your sign? Oh, yes. You're signing? I make her signs all the time. Oh, this is how we live. This is who I am. And I hung these signs up all over the place. And I realized in that moment, I think it was like 3:00 in the morning, I had to be up and be up I don't know, wherever it was to start. And in that moment, it clicked for me that the most important lesson in life is to believe in yourself. Because if you don't believe in yourself first, who will?
Yeah.
And I crossed that finish line in less than 6 hours. They put a medal over my head. It was the same medal the person in first place and the person in last place was going to get. And I realized this is how you make shit happen. When you believe in yourself, it's like magic. It's crazy. It's really, really crazy.
That's phenomenal.
It takes away all that self-doubt, every funk that you were in, every burnout you've ever felt, that when you believe in yourself, really great things can happen for you.
Oh my goodness. First of all, I just have to say selfishly, I'm so happy that we're having this conversation today because I really needed the Emmie effect in my life and I'm feeling it right now. I can feel it. And for those of you who are listening at home, if you want the Emmie effect as well, Emmie designs this really incredible confidence card game. Build self-confidence in yourself and with others. So I'm curious, Emmie, how did you land on, I'm going to create a card game? And I'm curious, as someone who manufactures books, once you decided your product, was the manufacturing process easy? Were there any hurdles along the way?
A couple.
Tell us about it.
Yeah, so with the card game, I loved the concept of my friends always say that, if we could just put your energy in our pocket and take it around with us for the day, my life would be so much better. And I thought about just that phrase for a really, really long time. It was like, how can I do that? And I almost zoomed out a little bit and thought, they want to put me in their pocket. What? Literally, I'm thinking about them, but I'm like, how can I do what on earth could I do? And my entire life growing up, my family is really big into magic tricks. I know how to do none of them. My dad are so good at magic tricks. And so we always had decks of cards in my house all the time. My mom has one in her bag. They're just always around. And I guess somehow being in my house, thinking about the phrase of putting me in their, and I was like, I held up a deck and I was like, you know what? The deck of cards in our house just had the what is it called? The shapes.
Yeah, my family would be so upset. This is sweets. Yeah, suits. They're suits. My family would be upset that I said the things. The shapes. Oh, so the suits. I'm looking at it and I was like,
What if I take all of my energy and put it into questions that can be a conversational card game? And I designed the box. I found a manufacturer online. I had no idea what I was doing. I got on a couple Zoom calls with different ones to see when it would ship, how much it would be. And you learn a lot in that moment when you have to put on your big girl pants and be like, I'm the boss. This is what I do.
Yeah.
And this is what I'm looking for. And just find the right people who just get it almost. And luckily I found this nice company that makes, the way that they wrap this so beautiful.
Oh, awesome. It's stunning.
And I can't even believe that it's a physical thing that I've made. So when the first shipment of it came to my house, I opened it up. I have a video of myself just crying, tears of just happiness and joy. And the fact that this product that was once a 2D image on my computer and a nothing image in my head is now I can hold it and put it in my pocket. And it's just so crazy that people can experience me in a conversational format.
I also just think it's so giving.
Thank you.
Truly, connection is like one of the most beautiful gifts that you can give people.
Yep.
And you're giving people the ability to have more meaningful conversations.
Yeah.
Instead of like gatekeeping your knowledge, you know, you put it in a platform that anybody ages 7 or above can engage with this game.
Yeah.
And the conversation will be different every single time.
Thank you. Yeah, I'll tell you, Emmie Effect exclusive, that I just changed the format of what the box actually looks like. So we're elevating it a little bit, implementing the kindness piece because it's very sad, but kindness is lost nowadays. And so the whole box itself looks a little bit different. The back of the cards look different, and some of the questions are shifted in a more kindness light. So soon to come, but they are well on its way being manufactured. So really excited for the next level of the card game.
That's phenomenal.
Yeah.
I think we always think like, let's be kind to someone else, but something like that reminds you like how important it is to be kind to yourself.
Correct. Yeah.
Speaking of which, in your work, is there like a student takeaway that is like really stuck with you of like seeing a moment of like a young person embracing what that means, like to be kind to themselves?
Yeah. So when I do these workshops, I say my youngest I work with is 8, and then I go all the way up to, I've done parent groups before. And when I work with ages anywhere from 13 to about 17, that's my favorite age to work with, as much as the person organizing it is like, just to give you a heads up, they're a little on the early side. Like when you get the warning, they're like, just to let you know, like, I'm like, in my head, I'm like, is she telling me that they're the worst? Like, I don't know what she's trying. Like, just she's out. She's telling you need a plan B in case they don't pay attention. She's like, just let you know.
But they never met Emmie.
So like, they're gonna roll your eyes at you. I go, I got it. And they're like, what? I'm like, I got it. And I step up onto this. If there's a stage, if it's in their living room, if it's wherever it is, I start my presentation. And the second that I start to tell my story, I can visibly see it click. Nothing's said to me yet, but I see it first. And they start to really resonate with my message about kindness and confidence. And I share my examples of the Super Bowl, the Knicks, and the half marathon. And I watch their entire face light up, where whatever it is that they are thinking about in that moment that resonates with them, they're like, oh my God, what if I can? What if I can? And then we start to create the journals. And during that journaling piece, I like to walk around, and that's kind of when I say, that's when we could do Q&A. I'll answer any question you have. And it's really when it starts to click for them that, one, this isn't just a person coming to speak at them. It's speak with them and connect with them on a deeper level. And they start to, one by one, slowly tell me how much this program has changed their life. And we're only halfway through. It's 90 minutes, and the journaling piece comes first. And slowly but surely, thank you so much for coming. You're so kind. I appreciate when you said this, this, and this. Oh, I needed to hear this today. And it is really, Rayna, it's why I do what I do. It's why I'm in Florida right now, bringing it all over the country. And it sticks with me when they share how much of an impact my story has had on them. And for that, I am incredibly grateful.
I could literally cry. Like, as you're telling the story, I'm like, you are the man in the story, like teaching these kids how to fit. Like,
Yeah.
you truly are like giving them the tools to believe in themselves and hopefully like take that knowledge and spread it to their friends and, in other schools and other networks.
Yeah, that's the goal. I call it the Emmie Effect for a reason. It's my effect on the world, but I hope to have what I share with them be spread out to their circles of life.
Amen.
Yeah.
Amen. So one topic we haven't talked about yet today. You are a superstar.
Thank
You are so.
So are you? We're on your podcast.
You are super positive. I always see you posting. You're always doing different things.
Yeah.
Different collabs, pop-ups. It's so cool.
Thank you.
Be honest.
Mm-hmm.
You ever experienced burnout?
Mm-hmm. All the time.
You hide it so well.
Oh, but I had to find my smile. All the time, because I am learning as I go. All of the pop-ups and the collab, I literally have no idea how it's happening for me. It just it's the more I believe in myself, the more shit starts to happen.
Yeah, exactly.
But
that's going to be the title of this podcast. The more I believe in myself, shit starts to happen.
Especially with social media, I mean, I don't know what I'm doing ever.
It's so funny you feel like that because, like, as a speaker, I look at your stuff. I'm like, Emmie is on it. I'm like, I spoke here yesterday. She's got a reel up today. I'm like, it looks so good.
Thank you. I appreciate that a lot because I genuinely no idea what I'm doing. I throw shit at the wall and see if it sticks pretty much a lot. I believe in myself. I know everything will work itself out. But with social media, I find a lot of times where I'm seeing videos of people who are in the same kind of field as me, or honestly who aren't, and they're just sharing stuff and their videos are going viral. Sometimes that's when the self-doubt and burnout kind of hand in hand, and the voice in my head is like, you didn't do that. And it's when I have to believe in myself the most and turn that voice off and lower the noise in my head and really focus on, even though it's not happening for you now, you never know what could happen in a day from now, in a week from now, in a year from now. I mean, I just look back recently, there was a video I posted that I was so excited. I worked so hard on it. I edited it, made sure everything's all good. And I shared it and I didn't get that many views. And while that shouldn't be something I'm upset about, unfortunately, that's how the world works and that's how people see stuff and know about things. And it really made me upset and made me feel like, why am I doing this? What's the purpose behind it? And that same day, I got a text from my mom. She's like, I don't know why this video popped up, the same video I'm talking about. She's like, I just watched it maybe 4 times and I started to cry. She's like, I'm watching this video of you inspire these young kids. And she didn't even mention I don't think she knew where to see the view count. I think it was just private for something for me to see. But she's like, you are changing the world. I don't think you understand what this video is doing for other people out there. And it's almost like what we said before, leaning on your support system to help you weave your way through that burnout is really essential in being your own boss and doing your own thing. But yeah, it happens. It happens often. But when I look back at my progress or I read back in my journal, it kind of lights that fire again for me.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. I had an experience recently. I was like, feeling so overwhelmed and anxious. So I started journaling about the tough feelings. But then somewhere in the middle, I became my own hype woman.
Yeah.
I never had a journal entry like this before, by the way. But it was like, it started with like, I'm feeling overwhelmed. I'm anxious. Like, I'm scared about this. I'm freaking out about this. But then towards the middle was basically like, you got this. Go play. Keep creating, like all these things. And it was crazy. I would have never said that to myself.
Mm-hmm.
Do you talk to yourself in the mirror?
Constantly.
All the time, she says.
All the time.
And I'm living in a new apartment. We've got one mirror in the bathroom, but I need to put a mirror in the front of the house.
Yeah. Even if it's just something that, like, in my purse to go out, I have like a little compact mirror that I'll open up. Not that I'll say it out loud in the middle of like a bar, but just if I need to center myself and come back to it, if I'm feeling overwhelmed. I think I have it in my pocket right now. Let me show you. I carry around warheads with me.
Oh, not warheads.
All the time for moments that I'm feeling sponsored by Warhead, apparently. For moments like
Manifesting that. Warhead.
Here we are. I put them in my pocket. I put them in my bag along with the mirror. And I just find when there are moments that I'm feeling overwhelmed or anxious, I read somewhere once that when you have sour candy or something sour, that it takes what you're thinking about and it makes you focus on the sour candy. And it just completely almost erases what is making you feel anxious and kind of brings your whole aura back down.
Oh, I love that.
So between the warhead and the mirror, once you feel level, then you look in the mirror and you start talking to yourself in a positive way. I mean, it's
game changer. Oh my God. Yeah. If you guys are listening, so you need a journal, you need a candy of choice, you need a mirror.
specifically sour candy of choice. I picked warheads. I don't like them as a typical, it wouldn't be something I pick, but I tried it once. I was feeling a little overwhelmed and just feeling like the burnout feeling. I was like, let me just try it. I was like, is this am I the only person who knows about this? And all my friends said, take this, put this in your bag. I'm like, what is it? And I'm like, trust me.
In case of emergency.
When you need this, it's going to change your life.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Wow.
And then talk to yourself in a positive way.
I like love sour candy already. So I'm like, oh, you mean I get to like buy more sour candy and like have that on?
Yeah.
Like,
I tried gummy worms once. I was like, I need something like powerful. I was like, the gummy worms are like having a good time. Yeah, that's awesome, but I still feel like burnout. Like, why is it not working?
it's so funny.
Yeah.
I find for me with the burnout, like definitely going on long walks,
Oh yeah.
like really helps. My new neighborhood, I'm like right by the ocean.
So nice.
And I've never lived that close to the water.
Yeah.
And even if it's just like a 10-minute walk, it literally just kind of like, recalibrates everything.
Do you listen to something while you walk, or you listen to the ocean?
So it's so funny. Sometimes I listen, but I remember the first time I ever took a walk, I had my AirPods in, but I never turned the music on because I was just like, the natural sound was just like so soothing.
Yep.
I'm kind of in this phase of my life where like I'm trying to create more than I consume.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so, especially now that I'm single, I'm so used to just like having a podcast on, having a show on in the background. And I'm really trying to lean more into doing things in silence so that there's not that distraction.
Yep.
It's much easier said
Oh
than
yeah.
done.
Mm-hmm.
What about you? Like, are you a big music listener when you work out, when you walk?
Yeah, it's a mix because I find, especially here, I love the beach. It is my happy place. And if I go on a walk, like you said, I put the headphones in and then I almost forget to turn on I have a whole playlist or like podcast I know I'm going to listen to. By the end of the walk, I'm like, oh my God, I was just listening to the sounds around me, how much I loved it. And it's such a cool thing that I'm not taking in music or a podcast. Sometimes recently I've been listening to jazz music.
Ooh.
It's a game changer because there's no words. It's just like soft background music. It doesn't feel like I'm sitting in silence because sometimes silence is when you start to think your brain goes all over the place.
Yeah.
But it's a nice background that doesn't feel like you're just sitting there by yourself.
Yeah. So is that like creating music? Is that thinking music? Is that reflecting music? Like,
It's a little bit of everything.
yeah.
I mean, I currently live in New York City and my background noise is fire trucks and ambulances constantly, to the point that when it's silent, I'm like, something's missing. Like, oh yeah, that fire truck driving past my window 12 times. So some type of small, no word background music makes me feel at ease. Otherwise, if I'm at the ocean, then it's just ocean exciting. And that's my fate. That's a gold if I can have that.
It's coming.
Yeah.
It's definitely coming.
Yeah.
I could see you being like New York and Florida. I could see you being a snowbird one day.
Really? I get like really hot easily.
Snowbird. Oh, you get hot easily.
Really, I did an event outside recently,
Boy.
this week,
Oh, no.
and I did my hair all nice. I was so, and I want to say 5 minutes in, I was like, okay, you guys. And I was just absolutely sweating, but I do love my season. I love the snow, but always when we're here, it's such a joy.
Yeah. So what do you have coming up? What what we talked a little bit about the next iteration of the card deck. Yes. What are you most excited about, and where can people find you online?
Yeah. So what is coming up? The summer tour is planned. It's happening. We only have one date left, which is crazy that it's the first month of the year and there's one date left to give out.
That's phenomenal.
I cannot believe it. I mean, this is the third year of this summer tour, and I'm just so excited to be at the camps I've been at before and see their new campers, and be at the camps I've never been to and experience what their environment is and their traditions and their values. And I'm just so, honestly, I'm excited for the future, because outside of the summer tour, I have no idea what's to come. And it's almost in moments like that that stuff starts to trickle in.
Yeah.
And so we'll see. I mean, it's like me in a workshop, in a card game, in a journal. And it's so cool to get to share it with what feels like the whole world.
Yeah.
As for where you could find me on social media, Instagram and TikTok, at the Emmie Effect, TheEmmieEffect. Lots of double letters in there. Did not realize that when I came up with the name.
The things we learn along the journey.
Like a million, there's a million he's in this word. And I learned that. A lot.
2, 3, 4, 5.
And they're all, when you type it all in one sitting, they're all back to back.
Oy.
So that's what I've learned. But that's where you could find me. My website, theemmieeffect.com. The card game is linked in my bios on Instagram and TikTok. That's about it. If you want to send me an email, go for it. I love to chat. It's my favorite thing to do.
Yeah. And before we wrap out, for those who are listening and not watching, I've just opened the Emmie Effect. And in this deck, I'm going to pull a random card to ask Emmie a question. Fill in the blank with your favorite affirmation. I am blank.
I'll do 2 because I have 2 in mind. I am confident is my favorite one because it reminds me, even when moments I don't feel like it, when I say it to myself, it makes me feel like my best self. And I am happy to be here because this has made my day, getting to chat with you and answer these questions that you have, because a lot of them clicked and opened something new in my brain for me today. And it is just such a joy and honor to speak with you.
Oh, thank you for being so nice. Thank you for being a wealth of knowledge. Although, like, we're not super close, we just met recently. I want you to know that I think you're spectacular.
Thank you.
I'm so inspired by, like, what you do, and most importantly, like, the impact that you have, not just on kids, but even your peers.
Thank you.
Is very real. So just thank you for
I
being.
feel like we've known each other forever. Well, this is our second time meeting. It's true. It's awesome.
But it's just like, you're so kind and you give in everything that you do. And I see that.
Thank you so much.
That was one of your roommate compliments. I see that.
She'll love it. She'll love it. Oh, thank you. Thank you for having me.
And with that, that's a wrap.